Welcome, everybody, to episode 133 of the Geek Dad Report, the one show dedicated, formulated, specially created into putting a big smile on your beautiful faces, all while giving you just a little bit of information that you can use to make yourself feel way superior over everybody else. I'm Brian West, the hostess with the mostest.
And I'm Ryan Thomason, who did not do any gesturing or stuff to make Brian have to redo that whole intro for the 20th time.
First of all, it was 3 takes, you dick. 3.
That was why
not 1, not 2, but this
I
many.
put on my mask of
Listen, you know,
Serenity.
Sometimes you have to just
pull it in.
Why is my refrigerator beeping?
Oh,
I think one of the kids came down here and left it open.
Allison!
Come downstairs and close the refrigerator door. It's beeping. Come downstairs and close the refrigerator door.
And enjoy a whole giant tub of chocolate syrup. And just don't even mix it in any milk. Just like open up that top and just pour that chocolate syrup right in your mouth.
These are the things that you have to deal with as a parent.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it, who left the refrigerator door open?
Yeah, my son has a problem which we have.
Close.
He's like
well, it's because you're upstairs. Thank you. Good night, honey. Anybody who thinks the show is scripted, well, there you go. Now you know it's not.
We have the lower freezer thing that's on our fridge, and my son's always like slamming it shut. Like, stop fucking slamming that shit. It's a brand new fucking fridge.
And if you're wondering why I didn't just stop the show and stop recording so you guys don't have to hear all that, is because I promised Ryan that no matter what, the third outtake, we were going to roll with it because, as you can tell, he's being a big dickhole about it.
Our 3 is our maximum. If he... Because Brian will redo I think we had like 20 takes one time.
Okay, that was real early on. Let's be real.
Yeah, but anyways, kids are great, right?
Yeah.
My daughter's pointing out all the fucking white hairs in my beard on my hair.
Oh.
She's like, Dad, you got white hair right here on your beard. Oh, hey, you have some white hairs over here too. Oh, hey, there's one over here. And then I just want to shave my whole head and my beard and just be completely, even my eyebrows, be completely bald.
That's real tragic, Ryan. You know what I had tonight?
What?
I had a toilet full of diarrhea, and it all over the seat, and like some on the floor. And the best part was, no toilet paper was in the toilet.
It was you?
No, it wasn't me.
Oh.
First of all, I wipe my butt, all right? I'm a big boy. I've been a big boy for a long time, and I wipe my own ass.
Yeah, you don't want butt rash.
No, nobody wants itchy butt or pink eye or any other weird random things you can catch from a stank ass. No, it'd be my youngest child who didn't want to wipe her own butt because it's gross. Ugh. So she's watching her walking around with itchy butt. Just, oh, God. And she's like, what do you want me to do about it? I'm like, wipe your ass and then flush the toilet. And if you have an accident and you pooped all over the toilet, just tell me. I don't want to, like, randomly go in there and be like, oh, look, kid crap everywhere.
Stick her in the shower. And...
You know what? Anybody says kids are magical, well, okay, yeah, they're magical, but they're fucking dark magicians. They're dark magic. They're evil magic.
They're the thing that come out all nice, and then they turn on you, and
they're like the Lord Voldemort.
All of your powers, and because you just can't fight them anymore. And
they're like the Voldemorts of magic. They start out with so much promise, and then they just go bad.
And then they kill people's parents, preferably you. Oh.
Wow, that got real dark, Ryan.
But we have a good show tonight. That's for sure.
Kid-free, hopefully. Unless one of those fuckers comes back downstairs.
Somebody comes downstairs to steal a snack.
Well, you know what? You have the luxury of recording at like 10 o'clock at night when your kids should be asleep. It's 7 o'clock over here. My kids are upstairs watching Mission Impossible, which I'm sure is, getting them real tired for bed. They're probably going to start doing stunts here soon.
And my wife had to go out for a PTO thing, so I played some Dungeons and Dragons with my kids tonight because I've been working on an adventure with them.
We need a button that's like, nerd alert!
Yeah. basically. It was fun though. They had to go through a forest and they fought some spiders and they had to fight the spider prince and they killed it. And it was a lot of fun.
Sounds
So
like it.
Lincoln was just rolling, dropping 20s, just critical hits on everything. It was
No, I
fun.
never played Magic or D&D. I got into Magic a little bit in high school, but
Yeah.
I don't
had
mean like the
Magic
dark
cards.
arts. I mean like the card game.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were about to say you were to Harry Potter
Yeah,
land.
doing some spell casting,
Yeah.
working on it a little bit.
You're like,
That's how I still look so young at my ripe old age of 39.
no, we have Magic too. We're just trying to figure it out because we don't really know what we're doing.
Yeah,
So,
my daughter's getting into Pokemon a lot, and so
Yeah.
I don't know shit about Pokemon. So I told her, I was like, hey, if you want to play a cool card game, I think I still have some Magic decks somewhere upstairs. The
That's
kids
probably
haven't
worth
lit 'em
money.
on fire.
Probably worth money. That's the people like for like the original Magic cards and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
That shit's expensive.
Oh, yeah, man. Problem is with the original decks is like they're all banned for tournament play. So if you show up with any of your
Yeah,
cards, you
that's
can't
true.
use them, which is stupid. Can somebody explain to me why you make all these great cards and then as soon as you get a good one, you immediately ban it? Nobody can use it. What the fuck is the point of making it?
Because they wanted to make people pay $600 for certain cards.
Isn't it kind of fun if you have a Leviathan and you want to sacrifice all your land, you can kill someone in like one turn? It's great.
Yeah. Just fucking destroy everybody. Just make them rage quit.
Dude, I've seen people rage quit. When you throw out the Wrath of God and destroy all lands, people lose their ever-loving minds. It's great.
I had one epic time where I played Magic the Gathering in high school because I never really played it. And there was this one kid I was in math class that was always bringing his cards and organizing his decks and stuff. And I was bored and I said, oh, I'll play you. And so he's like, oh, you can be red. And then he had like green or, some weird, I don't know what fucking color it was. But I got like a raging gorilla. And then I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And so I was like, all right, I got this gorilla. And I kept getting like all these things that stacked on him. So he was a normal gorilla, and then a raging gorilla, and then a raging gorilla with extra strength, and then like a raging fire gorilla.
It's like a 15-hit character.
Yeah.
It can't be stomped. Or
I
stopped.
killed him in like 5 rounds. And he's like, you got lucky. I'm going to bring my white deck.
Dude,
and I'm going to kick your ass. And I was like, nope, I'm done.
That's why you never use a
playing.
single color deck. The only deck you can use, honestly, single color is red. Because you can do, because red is all this quick hit shit. And it is massive explosion damage, right? Fire damage all day long. You can do fireballs. Two damage per thing. My thing was the goblin grenades before they banned those. So you could get out goblins, like 15 goblins real quick, and then you could do goblin grenade where you play it, and then you'd sacrifice one of those goblins for 5 direct damage points. Well, you only have 20 lives, so you could literally kill someone in like 7 turns. And people just got so
like
mad.
you did a little more than play just a little bit of Magic in high school.
What? What are you talking about?
It sounds like you were deep in
You know
that
what's
pool.
bullshit? It's a cool game, right? It is a great strategy game. But you go to
I've
like these
actually
tournament
looked at
rooms, and the
decks.
people who are playing are like, "Yeesh." I'm like, come on, take a shower. How hard is it to take a shower? Take your cards, put them aside for 10 minutes, and go take a quick one, and then you're good, right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't back in the
I
90s.
have
It
a
wasn't
lot of-
cool to play Magic, right? It's not like it is now where you can just do whatever you want to. Back then, like if you got caught playing Magic in your buddy's basement, you were shunned from society. You got a big, not like a Scarlet A, but like a Scarlet M.
It was lucky we were like football players, so we could get away with that stuff. Like, oh yeah, I would just fucking
even playing football, man. Magic the Gathering was kind of a curse. The curse of the.
Yeah.
I mean, your friends may not beat you up, but you are not getting a date to homecoming, guaranteed. Anyway, what were we talking about? All right, well there you go. There's a look
we have
into
a
the
great
past.
show tonight.
What did we cover so far? Card games that we are super nerdy about, and why kids are assholes.
Yeah, that's pretty much right.
I think that's
I
2
think
of the
that's a
4
good
things we have to
episode,
do on
isn't
the
it?
show. Maybe we should reintroduce the show as the one show dedicated formally, especially created, into telling you why kids are assholes and reliving all the glory days of years past. I'm Brian West, the linebacker with the Magic card Mostas.
Yeah. I'm Ryan, and I think we already did our intro, didn't we?
I'm Ryan Tomlinson, and I never left the basement until I was 26.
And I still somehow got married,
And then I
and
found out there was boobs. It was great.
I got to touch them.
Well,
Now I get to
everybody, if
touch
you've
'em
managed to
every-
stay with us through our first 10 minutes of rambling, we actually have a good show for you guys today. We got some fun news we want to talk about. We got a movie review that is 3 weeks and, I don't know, box office record breaking in the making. I'm going to give you a hint. Raw! We're going to talk about this guy a lot. Anyway, because Ryan finally saw Avengers Infinity War, so what do we think of it? I know you guys are dying to know. We're going to talk about that at the later in the show.
That ends the whole fucking spoiler movie thing that you were trying to do.
Really, Ryan? You know, I don't know about that because I had a lot of feedback from our last episode. First of all, everyone who took time to watch our last episode, thank you very much. And yes, we are glad. We are also glad to be back, so we're glad you guys joined us again. But all the people who watched, they had one thing in common, Ryan. Do you want to know what that was?
Don't tell me they like that. I didn't. That feature.
Ryan Spoils the Movies is everyone's new favorite game show. So for those of you who are not familiar with this game show, this is a game show where we pick movies that Ryan should have seen, and because he hasn't, we shame him by making him spoil the movies for himself. That's right. Over the course of the episode, we will ask him 3 questions, or more importantly, he will ask me 3 questions about the movie. Yeah. And if I deem that the questions are not spoiler enough, I will spoil major plot points of said movie. So, we're going to play that game again tonight, Ryan. In fact, you know why wait? Ryan gets to spoil the movies for himself. All right. It has come to my attention, Ryan, that you have not seen a glorious movie. How glorious? It is the all-time #1 single superhero movie in the box office. That's right. We were talking about Wakanda Forever. Black Panther.
Shit.
Yes, that's right. I waited for you to watch in the theaters. I even waited for you to watch it once it got on Divid, but you have yet to watch it, and it's available now on Blu-ray or digital, and you have yet to watch it. So, for your public flogging on this show, you are going to ask me 3 questions that spoil the movie for you.
Did it come out? It came out this week?
Came out last week on digital, and it came out on Tuesday on Blu-ray.
Well,
and it came in theaters like in April, and it made $1.8 billion, which is more than $180 million. And you were not one of the people contributing to it, so you are a terrible person. It was a cultural phenomenon.
I would have got it on Redbox, and then I could watch it.
Well, good for you. So you're going to... Well, I'm going to tell you right now, Ryan, when you finally watch it, you're going to know 3 things about this movie. And so first, Ryan, why wait? Why make the people wait any longer? Ryan, what is your first question? What is your first spoiler question that you want to ask me about Black Panther?
Oh, I hate... Why does everyone gotta like this feature? I need to see more fucking movies.
Shaming works so good. Maybe you should get the movie pass and go see more movies.
Alright, so I understand that Luke Cage has... The new Luke Cage season has a character that's from the Black Panther movie, because I didn't know who the Bushmaster?
Oh, Luke Cage season 2?
Yeah.
So Bushmaster is not in Black Panther, so you're going to come up with a better question.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Well, then somebody was fucking with me.
That person was an asshole.
Who?
Ryan, scoot that way. You're cutting yourself off camera. There we go. All right.
Black Panther. I don't know, because I saw Infinity War, so I kind of know like a little bit. I'm kind of stumped on the
Ask a question, or I'm going to ruin something. Quickly.
How many times do they say Wakanda forever?
That is not a spoiler, and you have forfeited your question. So I will spoil something about the movie for you. Let's see, what should I spoil first?
Just something early on.
All right, Claw, the Great Claw, who's introduced in Age of Ultron, who is the guy who plays Smeagol in Lord of the
Oh,
Rings.
okay.
Gets shot in the back early and dies in the movie. It happens kind of early. Dead, Ryan. Bam! Which is too bad because he's actually pretty cool in the movie. Oh, yeah, by the way, anybody who has not watched Black Panther, this game is going to be spoiler for you as well. So hopefully Ryan comes up with 2 better questions, or else I'm going to spoil 2 other major plot points in this movie.
Damn it.
So we will play along as the show goes. But right now we are going to dive right into the Ninja News, Ryan. We're going to be coming with the judo chop of information, the uppercut of knowledge.
And I should have seen that movie Growing Kick of knowledge.
There we go. I like it. You know what? I like it. Ryan, I'll take it.
That's what she said.
Ha! I was hoping you'd get that. All right. First up, a little bit of sad news. We always hate to start the show on a downer, but we had somebody pass away this week. It was a big one in nerd culture, and I don't know about you, but she was a big part of my childhood. My Lois Lane, probably your Lois Lane, Margot Kidder, passed away at the age of 69. She played in, obviously, she was Lois Lane in the Christopher Reeves movies. And I don't know. She was, like I said, she was my Lois Lane. She was the cigarette-smoking, gruff voice, no bullshit. First woman in my life on TV that just kicked ass and took names.
I always thought she was better than Terry Hatcher. From the TV show Lois Lane. She was
Terry
one of my
Hatcher was
favorites.
fine. But Margaret Kidder was, in a time when women weren't always like getting their fair share in the workplace. She was on screen, literally not putting up with any bullshit. Right? Anything any guy could do, she could do too, and she just was fearless on screen, and she was just as good as Superman in those movies.
Yeah. She was the most realistic reporter I've ever seen.
Yes. Yes. Just dive right in. Don't give a shit. I mean, she's pretty lucky Superman was there to save her about 900 times. But the point is, I guess in this point in that movie, she did need a man to save her, but she didn't need a man to get her in trouble because she did that shit all on her own. She gave no fucks. So, Margaret Kidder, we salute you. You will be missed. Thank you for making our childhoods awesome. And as we say on this show, may the force be with you. Yes. Good journeys. May the force be with you. And we'll give you a dun 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 dun. Teardrop. All right, moving on. Something that does not give me teardrops. So, as we all know, Solo is coming out here real soon. I'm going on next Thursday, so we won't have a show next Thursday. But more on that later. But Ryan probably won't see it for at least 16 years, so we'll talk about that later.
Yes.
But Ron Howard is doing the press tours right now because he directed the movie. And one of the things that's come up, it's come up for years, but now this is the first movie that Ron Howard's had in the geek sphere that people are really just grilling him about stuff nerdy. And Willow 2 has been brought up. So for a long time, everyone's kind of clamored, will there not be ever a sequel to Willow? Apparently there was one thought out years ago, but never came to fruition. But apparently Ron Howard said that right now there's active talks going to bring back George Lucas's and Ron Howard's classic Willow for another go around.
Will it be a sequel, or would they bring back some of the original?
So the rumors, I don't know about Mad Mardigan, and as we've publicly shamed Val Kilmer on the show many times, I don't know if he's in the right shape anymore to play Mad Mardigan. But the rumor is right now that Warwick Davis would come back as Willow, and then I forget the baby's name. But the baby, Laura Danning. Laura Danning. Yeah. Laura Danning would be a full-grown adult now, taking on evil. Yeah. So probably be the return of Queen Bab Morta, and she would have to, fulfill her destiny and vanquish evil. But that's kind of what the story is. Do I care? Not really. I just say bring it back, bring everybody back. Hell, you know what? Even get George Lucas on board. I don't think Disney owns this property, so bring George Lucas back into the fold. Get this thing going. Make it happen.
And the thing about this movie that the expectation level for Willow 2 would be about as high as you can get. I mean, I think people would be expecting mostly because of the nostalgic factor of what Willow is. I mean, I haven't watched Willow in like 20 years, but I mean, I still have really fond
Dude,
memories of
I
it.
watch Willow at least once a month in this house. My kids love Willow. Willow is one of my wife's favorite movies. I mean, when we started dating back in like the 90s, part of the reason I think we lasted as long as we did is because we watched Willow all the time. She's like, this is one of my favorite movies. I'm like, I love you. Come here. I mean, I can quote almost that entire movie. It is one of the, if you have not seen Willow, I'm telling you, first of all, I don't know how you found my show, but we're not going to shame you. Just go see Willow.
Does it hold up?
What? Yeah, it holds up great. I mean, some of the special effects aren't great. Especially the one that really stands out poorly is the when Mad Mardigan. So when that like two-headed or three-headed dragon pops out of the moat and Mad Mardigan kills it, it looks real bad.
Yeah,
it looks bad. But other than that, the movie holds up pretty good. I mean, they basically took Lord of the Rings and got rid of all the boring stuff and crammed it into a 2-hour movie, and it's great.
yeah. That was back when they did 2 hour movie was a long ass movie. So
And you could actually make a good 2-hour movie. You didn't need 15 sequels and 3 hours to tell one story. But yeah, Willow, great movie. I would love to see a sequel, honestly.
yes,
I don't know how you fuck up Willow, honest. I just don't. So I like Ron Howard. He's still a really good director. Bring back Warwick Davis. And just tell us a cool story. Bring back the Brownies. I think they're both still alive.
do it on Netflix.
And if Val Kilmer wants to get his shit together, bring back Val Kilmer too. I don't care.
God, we haven't done a Val Kilmer fat shaming episode in a while. So
Well, it's not very in this climate and day and age. That was a couple of years ago. It was acceptable to fat shame people. Now it's not nearly. Plus, I think we both put on some pounds, so we don't.
Thanks, Obama.
What? You know what? No, we're not talking that shit tonight. All right, moving on. Well, before we move on, you guys let us know what you guys think about Willow 2, whether you guys would like to see a sequel, what your thoughts would be of the sequel, and just, you want to talk Willow, go right ahead. Next up, Obi-Wan. So last week we announced, much to Ryan's chagrin, that the Obi-Wan movie, codenamed The Joshua Tree, it sounded like it was going to be happening here real soon. Well, apparently TMZ got their hands on what sounds like, seems pretty legit, of what the plot of this movie will be. Apparently Disney's already settled on a director. Let's see if I can find it here. They've already settled on a director. Apparently Ewan McGregor keeps saying no one's contacted him. I think he's playing coy, because if you see him, he looks like Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's got like the beard and everything. Let's see here.
That would make sense.
Let's see.
So they're still going to do relatively young Obi-Wan then.
No. Well, here, I'm going to bring up the synopsis for you guys. I was trying to find the director. Apparently
They can always put some like gray streaks in his hair if they really have to.
Let's see. They didn't say in the article that I shared does not say who the director is, but apparently they've settled on a director or whatever. Here's the synopsis for the film that TMZ got. Not really anything spoilerific, so if you don't want to know, I mean, I guess you can turn away for 30 seconds. But it says Obi-Wan is on Tatooine, being an elusive hermit and stuff, but secretly watches over an infant Luke Skywalker, whom he delivered to his uncle Owen. Tensions between the local farmers and a tribe of sand people, headed by a ruthless war chief, eventually brings Obi-Wan out of hiding and into Jedi kick-ass mode. So, it sounds like it's going to be a Tatooine story, set in that time frame between, Luke as a baby and Luke as a whiny vagina 18-year-old.
So we're going to see like whiny teenager Luke. Or like young teenager.
I kind of hope we get young. It says infant there, but I hope we get young, like whiny Luke, even more whiny Luke, because I want to hear, I just want to go to Tashi Station.
He's like 7 years old. He's all pissed off.
Dude, that's why I don't understand people who hate The Last Jedi, who are like, that's not my like Luke Skywalker. What are you talking about? Have you seen any of the Star Wars movies? All Luke does is whine like a baby the entire time.
Yeah. Fucking blue milk. I want my blue milk.
Whatever. I don't care. What do you think about that synopsis for the movie? I think it makes sense personally.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. I mean, I'm sure stuff is going to change over time because that's kind of how they kind of roll with these movies lately for Disney. Because see how much Solo changed just over the course of its time. So.
And I would like to see, honestly, the only thing I'd like to see is two things. I want to see a Krayt Dragon, whatever, the legendary dragons of Tatooine. I want to see one of those fight Obi-Wan McGregor, because if they don't make that happen, that's a travesty. And two, I would love to see them find a way to get Obi-Wan and Vader to fight each other one more time.
Yeah, but it would definitely have to be off-world. I mean, because Vader had no idea he was even there, so...
Well, yeah, of course, that's what I'm saying. You have to get it off-world. So if it sounds like they're going to do this entire thing on Tatooine, obviously that wouldn't work. But I don't know. That'd be something I think would be pretty cool, but whatever. But more details. Disney has officially given us nothing. So when we get more details, we'll obviously let you guys know. But it sounds like this is going to start shooting here real soon. My guess is that we're going to get... So we're getting Solo this summer. We're getting Episode 9 next summer. And then I'm guessing we're going to get an Obi-Wan movie the summer after that. So it also sounds like people are really liking Lando, Childish Gambino's, Danny Glover's take on Lando, and that Disney is hard-pressed to greenlight a Lando solo film. So we'll see about that. That's also something that works.
Donald Glover.
What did I say, Danny Glover?
You said Danny Glover.
Whatever. Childish Gambino. That's who I know. This is America.
Yeah.
Have you watched that video? Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
I watched it the first time, and I was just like, from the first time he just like stops and he shoots the guy. I was just,
yeah, that's real raw. If you guys know what we're talking about, Childish Gambino, aka Lando, aka Donald Glover.
So watch it the first time, and then watch it the second time and pay attention to the backgrounds.
Yeah, there's a lot of crazy shit going on in there. But anyway, his Lando, apparently, he's wooing everybody with it, and they really want to get a solo movie going. Which, whatever. At this point, I think Disney wants to greenlight everything with Star Wars.
Oh, yeah, there's going to be a solo... I still want a solo Darth Vader movie where he just fucking destroys everything.
Right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, give us the Rogue One Darth Vader just for 2 hours. Hell, hour and a half. I don't even care. Well, a little bit of news, a little bit more Star Wars news we got for you guys. A couple of weeks ago, when we did a show at some point, we announced that Jon Favreau is he's going to be spearheading a TV show for a live action TV show for the Disney streaming service. There was no details about it other than the fact that he was going to be the showrunner on it. They were still working on trying to get the writing room and everything together, but he has announced when. We finally know a little bit about it. We don't know whose it's going to be about yet, but we know when it's going to be. Apparently, his show takes place 7 years after Return of the Jedi. So we're going to finally get some content between Episode 6 and Episode 7.
I'm looking forward to that. I mean, it depends on which viewpoint that they do it with. I mean, obviously, they're not going to do Luke Skywalker or anything like that.
I mean, that's kind of the show we want, right? We want to see one where Luke Skywalker trains Jedis. I have a feeling that could be the animated show they're working on, but one of the animated shows they're working on, but
yeah, because animate is the only way they're going to be able to do that, because people are going to freak out whoever they cast for a live action thing.
You can recast, but But let's be honest. If they're going to do a live action Luke Skywalker story, they're going to save that for a movie. There's no way they do it as a TV show. There just won't.
Yeah. So don't expect any of the main characters. Expect something along the lines of Rebels.
The Rebels had main characters, so I think what you could see is cameos from main characters. You could see some stuff filled in. You could possibly even hear about Luke, maybe get R2-D2, Chewbacca, C-3PO. Maybe Alden Ehrenreich is down to do some spot stuff on a TV show. You've recast Han Solo. Personally, I say recast them all, and then we can get more. Recast Luke, recast Leia, get all new actors to play them, so that way we can get more stories with these guys. But that's just my personal opinion. I'm
looking forward to see what they're going to pull off. So,
and then let's see what else we got here. Just a tiny bit of just.
Don't forget that Mark Hamill on his Twitter confirmed that Luke actually went to a nudist colony.
Oh yeah.
And
if you're not following Mark Hamill on Twitter, you're missing out on life.
Prove it. So.
Let's see here. Peter Jackson is trying to decide between a DC movie or being the showrunner for Lord of the Rings. I say, Peter, you've done enough Hobbit stuff. Go do something different.
Yeah.
What else we got? Bump. Kevin Feige wants to bring in Miss Marvel, the very popular Muslim, I think she's Pakistani character, She's an Inhuman.
Yeah, she's Pakistani.
After he does Captain Marvel, so a lot of people are really excited. I have not read those comics yet. I've heard they're really good. I did get my daughter. I started picking up the volumes for my daughter, and my oldest, and she seems to love them. So a little bit of news for there. Quicksilver may be returning for Avengers 4. We'll see. Take that with a grain of sand. Warner Brothers wants to do a Superman 2 Man of Steel sequel by 2020.
Yeah,
whatever.
They want to do a lot of Superman, basically.
DC doesn't know what the fuck they're doing anyway right now, which breaks my heart because I love them.
Yeah.
Speaking
they don't know where to start.
They've greenlit a Birds of Prey movie, which will be Batgirl, Harley Quinn, and I think the Huntress. 2019, and they're shooting for a rated R. I don't even know. Whatever. Sure, why not?
They have no idea what they're doing.
You know what? I'll watch it.
They will watch it.
I'm in the bag for all this stuff, but I don't. Whatever. Ben Affleck possibly has changed his mind, and he still wants to play Batman. That's another little bit of DC news we got. I quit. I don't even know.
Stick to the DC animated movies.
You know what? Let's see. Lastly, we got DC. Here we go. Apparently, Tom Cruise is open to joining the DCEU. Most people have said that he would be Hal Jordan. I apparently put it out there that I think that would be great because Maverick is basically Hal Jordan. And I got crushed by literally everyone. People do not like Tom Cruise apparently as much as I do.
I don't mind him as much. I mean, he's a crazy Scientologist guy, and he does demand a lot of like creative control when it comes to his movies. But he's name
on your hand 5 really bad Tom Cruise movies. Almost all of them are good, or at least entertaining. The Mummy was not great. Eyes Wide Shut. I mean, I guess some people thought that was great. I don't know. But, dude, Minority Report is one of the best original science fiction movies I've seen.
Jack Reacher's pretty good.
Jack Reacher's good. Mission Impossible series is great.
Yeah. I mean, yes, he's basically become like one role that he just spreads across the bunch of different movies.
Dude, how about, what's the name of that movie? Live, Kill, Repeat. Edge of Tomorrow. Is it Edge of Tomorrow? That movie is
Edge of Tomorrow? Something like that.
I always think it's Kill, Die, Repeat.
Oh, you have to like keep going back in time.
Yes, I love that movie. I love it so much I can't remember the name of it. I think it's Edge of Tomorrow.
I think it's Edge of Tomorrow.
Dude, it had like 3 different names at one point.
Yeah.
I think it was Kill, Die, Repeat. I think that's the graphic novel it's based on, the Japanese manga. But, yeah, I don't know. I just think Tom Cruise is a good actor. He's a lunatic in real life.
Mm-hmm.
From all, if nothing else, because of his Scientology. I heard he did an interview with Chris Hardwick. He actually seemed pretty cool. Like, you'd want to hang out with him. But then he'd probably try and convert you, and I ain't cool with that.
DC can't do worse. I mean,
that's probably true. Well, don't ever say that. They might be like, hold my beer right.
Yeah. Oh.
And then last bit of what the fuck news. Apparently Richard Donner says that Lethal Weapon 5 is still going to happen. What? I didn't know it was supposed to happen.
With the same people?
Danny Glover is definitely got to be too old for this shit.
Yeah, he's way too old for this shit.
He was too old for this shit in the 80s. That was like 80 years ago.
Mel Gibson's way too crazy for this shit. So.
According to my kids, 1980 was like when the dinosaurs were roaming. Because my kids found out I grew up in the 80s and they were like, wow, Dad, how old are you? Learn to do math and then come back and tell me. Jerks. Mm-hmm. Kids are the worst.
No, don't do it. That's just not worth it, guys.
The worst. All right, moving on. All right, we have a lot, so we're gonna jump into Around the Tube where we talk nothing but TV. We went a little bit long talking about kids, gray hairs, and shit-filled toilets. So instead of spending a lot of time talking about the TV, we're gonna blow through this in about 3 minutes, right? So
sounds good.
I'm gonna say the news. If you got a question, speak up. If not, I'll move on to the next one.
All right.
You got it? All right, here we go. Boom! First up, Lord of the Rings. We now know what the $1 billion Amazon TV show is going to be about. Apparently it's going to be a prequel about young Aragorn.
I approve.
I don't care. Watch Willow.
Don't care. Lord of the Rings, and I love fantasy stuff.
Watch Willow. It's way better. 2 hours.
Yeah.
Daredevil Season 3 apparently is going to bring in Bullseye, which fucking, right on. Bullseye's the best.
Hopefully he hits something in the bullseye.
Yeah. Ooh, that's what she said. Netflix is coming out with a 10-part Michael Jordan documentary series. I'm kind of excited about that. I'm not gonna lie.
I've watched enough Michael Jordan stuff. I found out he's like a complete asshole.
I know that's what, but I think he's producing the series, so I feel like it's not going to be the asshole side of Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
you know what really makes me sad though is because I really want nothing but highlights of Michael Jordan for 10 episodes with R. Kelly in the background going, "I believe I can fly," but we can't listen to R. Kelly anymore because he's a horrible person.
Then the Space Jam where he dunks it from half court and he stretches out his arm.
God damn you, R. Kelly, you piece of shit. I enjoyed your music. I got the remix to Ignition, hot and fresh out the kitchen. Mama rolling that body, got every man in here wishing. Yeah, that's right. Now I can't listen to that shit. Now nobody's wishing R. Kelly. You know why? Because you're a fucker. And you treat women like shit. What a dick.
Go watch Larry Bird instead.
Okay. What is that, like a white thing, Ryan? You racist bastard. What the
I like Larry Bird.
No, whatever, dude. It's cool, man. You jerk.
What's wrong with Larry Bird?
All kinds of things. He's translucent. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Before we get to the bad news, we'll start with the good news. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has been renewed for Season 6.
Yay.
We didn't know if it was going to happen.
There's no Ghost Rider, but it's still a good season.
Yeah, so it's a little bit bittersweet. ABC has renewed for another season, but they've only picked up 13 episodes. So I think they're going to kind of wait and see how the ratings are and decide whether they want to order a back 13 or a back 12 or whatever it is.
You can tell from this season that they're kind of winding down.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just happy that we could possibly I'd even be okay with them saying, listen, these 13 episodes are the final season. We get like an end to everything that we've invested in. That'd be cool.
Let's actually tie into the MCU.
Yes, and then you know what? And then you can bring Quake and Coulson back into the MCU. That'd be great. Well, Quake for the first time and Coulson. Hell, bring all the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. They're all great. Let's see here. What else we got? Moving
Just
along.
waiting for it. I know which one that we have to talk about.
God, I don't want to talk about it yet.
Just storing up all my anger.
I'm trying to get good news. Lost in Space, a show that me and Ryan both recommended. Well, at least I recommended. The show we both recommended, we're going to talk about here in a minute. But Lost in Space has been renewed for Season 2, so if you weren't sure yet whether to get on board, definitely do. I just finished it with my family. Great show. Highly recommend it. You can even watch it with your younger kids. It's a little thrillerish. Think of kind of Jurassic Park as far as the tension, but really good show. Gotham, I'm not a fan of it, but if you're a fan, they're getting one more final season. If you're sad about Gotham, well, guess what? Alfred Pennyworth is getting his own series. They're going to tell a prequel to the prequel about Alfred growing up with Thomas Wayne.
That makes no sense whatsoever. If anything, if you've seen the trailer for the new Teen Titans Go to the movies movie that's coming out, then they basically said every single DC character gets a movie, and they called it. So
I say if you really want your Gotham fiending, Arrow and Flash have been garbage this year, but they are coming back next season, and their crossover event is going to introduce Gotham City and Batwoman into the Arrowverse.
I like that.
So if you are a fan of those things like we are, I think it's a good idea. And also, it kind of gives a backdoor ability to bring in Batman for an arc. They've already name-dropped Bruce Wayne. I don't know if we'll ever actually get Batman, but at least the possibility's there. I do like that they're expanding the DC universe even more.
Did they say it was Batgirl or Batwoman?
It's Batwoman.
Okay.
So it's the, what's her name? Kane. Can't remember her first name. Redhead. She has like the red bat ears.
Yeah.
She's a really cool character. Well, and it's, and she'll fit right into the Arrowverse. I think she'll really well. She was notably an LGBT character, which is, which is pretty cool. And that's one thing that the Arrowverse has not shied away from, which is, props to them. And it's been great. The Arrowverse as a whole has been really good. It's just this season of Flash and Arrow have just been not.
Yeah, I kind of stopped watching Supergirl.
I need to get caught up on Supergirl.
They're moving Supergirl to Sundays now.
Yeah, that was the thing. So CW, good point. Since we're talking about it, nice transition.
Charm show or something.
Yeah, so. Supergirl's going to be on Sunday, and then Arrow. It's either Arrow and Flash. I think it's Flash and Legends of Tomorrow are on Monday, and then Arrow's on Tuesday with I don't know.
They got Black Lightning.
It's Arrow and Black Lightning on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
So, whatever. Different days, but they all got renewed. And we're getting Batwoman.
Yeah.
Probably get Robin.
Kicks man.
And Batman will just be punching people in the background.
Get the Red Hood.
Outlander, if you're a fan of that show, has been renewed for seasons 5 and 6. So
yeah.
Starz knows what they're doing, unlike some people.
I will say I watched that show with my wife, and it's a good show.
All right. Well, we beat around the bush long enough, Ryan. We got to get to it. No. Unfortunately, a lot of shows got canceled here recently, and we're going to talk about a handful of them. A couple shows real quick. I don't watch them, but I've heard good things about them. Designated Survivor got canceled, but rumor is that's going to get picked up on Netflix. So if you're a fan of that, looks like Netflix is going to grab that one. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, also never watched that show, but a lot of people enjoy it. That got canceled in less than 24 hours later. It got picked up by NBC.
Mm-hmm.
So, so let's get to the shows that we're upset about. So the first one, me more than Ryan, Lucifer got canceled from Fox. It was actually, it pulled decent ratings, 4 million viewers, not a ton, but not nothing either. And a surprise to everybody.
The Last Man on Earth on Fox. Yes. Fox canceled a lot of shit.
A lot of people think that's a cost-cutting thing because of the Disney buyout. Mm-hmm. Which is bullshit. Because Last Man on Earth, I've never watched it, but I know you're a big fan of that one. That got canceled. Lucifer got canceled. Now, me and Ryan are both hopeful that some of these might get picked up by somebody else, but we don't know for sure. What else got canceled besides? We'll talk about the one in a second, but I'm trying to think what other shows got canceled. There was a shit ton. Last Man Standing, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Lucifer.
And then that got picked up by NBC.
There's a whole list. It was like 19 cancellations. There was a lot of shows. Chances are at least one show that you enjoy got canceled, which blows. But anyway, the one show we want to talk about for a quick second before we move on, The Expanse. Me and Ryan literally last week said, watch The Expanse. It is the best sci-fi show on television. I watched. It's one of the only shows I watched live. Literally watched live. Watched it last night. The episode was amazing. Have you watched last night's episode?
No, I want to watch it tomorrow.
There's a part that I want to talk to you about that I can't because you didn't watch it. That is so
dude, it's getting so fucking good.
So there is a chance that the show gets picked up. It is critically acclaimed. It's season 2 was it season 3? Season 3 is at almost 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Everybody loves it. It actually pulls down good numbers for a Sci-Fi Channel show. So there's a chance that's like Amazon or somebody. I think all the episodes are streaming on Amazon, so I think people are hopeful that it gets picked up by Amazon. Which, please, Amazon.
I looked at my wife and I said, "The Expanse is better than the Battlestar Galactica reboot."
Yes, it is.
That was the first show that I got my wife into that was nerdy. And she looked at me and she said, "You shut your fucking mouth."
Dude, it is so good.
There's nothing better than that. And I said, no, The Expanse, best sci-fi show I've ever seen.
It's so good. Yes, occasionally the special effects are, but it is such good drama. It is. I don't know. I love it. And it's getting, like Ryan said, it's getting so good.
And it's spaceship stuff, but it's not like Star Trek spaceship stuff, where they're just like, everybody can just do whatever the fuck they want.
No, somebody will get their head blown off, and like their brain pieces are floating around like it would happen in real space.
They gotta worry about someone who just shoot a rail gun.
Yeah.
Just shoot a fucking rail gun, it'll just fucking obliterate everything. Or, they're like, oh, well, someone just throws a handful of coffee at me, a coffee cup, and it'll fucking put a hole through the
Well, how about the episode a couple weeks ago when the guy forgot to secure the tool drawer? And literally they're jumping around, and I'm sitting there sweating because two main characters that you like. Yeah. Well, there was one character, that doctor. I was like, who is this loser? But I'm already now invested in him. They do such a good job in character building on the show. But anyway, these tools are flying around, and every time they have to do a maneuver...
One of them very sharp.
Yeah, and every time they do a maneuver, they come flying out. It's like, in space, the things you wouldn't think of.
And Amos is just batshit crazy. Dude, he's like, fuck it.
That's what I want to talk to you about. There's a scene with Amos at the end. I'm just going to spoil. I'm going to spoil a little bit of it. There's a part where the doctor wants to kill somebody.
I would rather you spoil some.
No, and Amos stops him and says, "You're not that guy." And he's like, thanks. And he walks off. And then the guy's about to die is like, oh, thank God. And Amos turns around, looks at him, and he goes, I am that guy. He fucking shoots him. I'm like, yeah. You got to watch Expanse,
I love
everybody.
Amos. He's in the book. If you read the book, I just finished the first one.
Yeah, well, if no one picks up the series, I'm going to have to finish reading them. I'm going to have to read the books to get the final story.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. It's my favorite show. I love all the characters on it. I like the tension and the drama. It's science fiction. I mean, they introduced, aliens, but it's done in a completely different way that we'd never really seen on TV with, aliens. And it's a proto-molecule that was supposed to smash into Earth, 3 billion years ago when we were single-celled organisms. And then it was going to,
Ryan, we're not diving too deep into it on the show. All right, all we're saying is go watch the show. I don't care if it is fucking canceled. It's still worth watching the first 3 seasons. It is a fantastic show. So, I don't know. Hopefully Amazon will pick it up. Urgh.
I could do a whole
Where's Thanos episode when you need him? I need a reality... I need a Infinity Gauntlet. I need this stone right here, and I'll fucking take care of it.
Go find the SyFy executives and just fucking reality gauntlet.
Whatever. All right. Well, you know what? All I have to say, Ryan, real quick, is dun 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 dun. What is your question number 2 for Ryan Spoils Black Panther?
Oh, you make me sad with an extra dose of sadness.
I spoiled that, Michelle, and now I'm going to spoil something else, Ryan.
Alright, so they are very technologically advanced.
Yes.
How much more advanced are they than what Tony Stark's been doing?
It's not very spoilerific, but I got to consult with Thanos here. Thanos says he'll allow that question. Well, Black Panther's sister Shuri is smarter than Tony Stark. And they are more technologically advanced than Stark Enterprises.
They're more technologically advanced than Stark Enterprises?
Yes.
So they've just been hiding that shit for a long time.
Yes.
Do they have anything super rad? I'll save that for my third question.
That is a weak third question. That was a weak second question. You better come with a good one at the end of the show, Ryan, or else I'm ruining the end for the movie for you. Black Panther dies.
No, that's in the other movie.
Wait, spoilers. All right, speaking of the other movie, well, we're about 47 minutes, so we've already ran a little bit long. I don't think we have a lot of questions, so do we want to talk? We got to talk Avengers, I guess. So I guess we'll make it short. Ryan finally saw the Avengers.
So Brian can't ruin shit for me this week. I had to.
I mean, I don't know what there's left to talk about. It's been out for like a month, and everybody's already seen it. What'd you think of it?
I thought it was great, and I would like to thank my friend Tony for taking me to see it, and it was a lot of fun. And I do have a quick story. Okay, my son, 10 years old, this was his first Marvel movie. He has never seen any Marvel movie before. So
that's called bad parenting. You know that, right? You are a bad parent.
Oh,
bad.
He just never cared.
Thanos is not happy.
He never cared. I tried to get him to watch.
I'm gonna give you the Infinity Fist right up your ass.
So he was at the very beginning of the movie. Whenever they were in, a new guy would come on screen, he'd. Dad, who's that guy? That's Thor. Oh, okay. Dad, who's that guy? That's Captain America. He literally didn't even know who Captain America was. I felt bad when it got to that point, and when they first put Captain America on the screen, and he didn't know who Captain America was. I realized I did fail, just a little bit on that one.
Prepare for the fist of Thanos in your ass. Yeah. Here it comes.
But other than that, great movie. I had a lot of fun.
Maybe over here.
I look forward to finding out how everybody comes back to life, because there's no way they're going to let...
Spoilers, Ryan! Jesus!
I don't care anymore. I've seen it. Fuck all you guys.
Wow. Oh, look at Ryan finally sees something. He just gets all elitist on everybody. I like it. That's what we do on this show. Elitist all day long. Bootleg comedy elitism. That's what you're going to get here at the Geek Dad Report. Yeah, what'd you think of the movie? I was really impressed. I was dying to talk to you, but it took so long. The dying is less now, but I am glad you finally saw it, so we can talk about it freely. I really didn't want to ruin it for you because there's, even when saying a lot of the characters die, you still don't. The fact that it's coming and they still manage to make these people are coming back. Spider-Man's coming back. Black Panther's coming back. Bucky's coming back. They're coming back.
The way they did it.
But exactly, you still, like in the back of your mind, this isn't permanent, but still you're like, you're just gasping. Yeah. No, Spider-Man, like I don't want to go, Mr. Stark. I'm sorry. You're like, God damn you,
fucking Sam, where you at?
But what I was really impressed with is the fact that we got like 60 characters on screen. And this movie could have easily been just a fucking disaster, right? Narratively, it could have been a disaster. Trying to fit everybody into the screen time, it could have been a disaster. But it wasn't. There's some things that didn't work, and there's some things, if you start scratching at the surface, you're like, okay, Thanos wanted to, save resources. Well, he has the Infinity Gauntlet. Why not just double the resources, right?
Yeah.
You don't have to kill everybody. So, there are things that did not work in this movie. But I'm not going to nitpick a movie that managed to take 10 years of movies and make like a pinnacle epic movie that just had you like the entire time. You're like, I've never seen anything like this and I'm having so much fun.
Yeah. I really love the Thor stuff that they did when they were making the Stonebreaker.
Were you hoping just a little bit when he showed up in Wakanda that we just got a little bit of Led Zeppelin? Dun 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 dun. Ah! When he just starts hammering everything. This new version of Thor that they made in Thor Ragnarok that they brought into...
It was better.
Dude, he is the best Thor. In my opinion, Thor Ragnarok is like the beginning of Thor's series, and now we need like 3 or 4 more movies with Thor.
Yeah, I could see that just because...
I want to see a Thor Guardians movie.
I could forget Thor 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Easily cast those ones off.
Forget Thor and Avengers.
And then him getting his eye back.
Forget Thor and everything except for, Thor Ragnarok and Ford. Yeah, I loved how they got rid of his eye patch like super quick. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Rocket's like, you might want to watch that. Never mind. He just
I thought it looked cool. Made him, look like the son of Odin.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I didn't mind it. I liked how he still had the scar and stuff, but with the eye. I love Stormbreaker. Thor is just great. I want a Thor Guardians of the Galaxy movie. That's what I really want. I love it. He's like, this is my friend Rabbit and Tree.
Lincoln really loved Groot. She thought Groot was great.
Dude, it was Oh, you speak Groot? Yes, of course. They offered an elective of it in Asgard.
Yeah.
This movie was just so good. Thor really stole the show. Tony Stark was great. Finally likable again. I haven't really liked Iron Man since Iron Man 2, to be honest.
2?
Yeah. He was a dick in Avengers. He was a dick in Civil War. He was a dick in Iron Man 3. They made Tony Stark fun again, right? The Russo brothers are fantastic, and I will watch any movie they do.
Now, have they already filmed the next?
Yes, it's already done. It's ready.
Okay.
Well, okay. I'm sure they're doing all the special effects and stuff, but they've wrapped on the production. They probably have some reshoots. It comes out next May, so we're a little over a year away, or a little under a year away. Thank God, because anybody who tells you this is a standalone movie is full of shit. This is part 1 of whatever story they're telling.
The Celestials are going to have to come in and rein that shit in, because that's the only thing I can think of.
You stayed for the post-credit scene, right?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, how great was that? Nick Fury?
Motherfucker.
Roddy just says motherfucker. I was like, yeah, so
Nick Fury, no.
Yeah, it was great. So, unless there's something else you want to talk about, I thought Avengers, top to bottom, was one of the most entertaining movies I've ever seen. All the characters were done perfect. Spider-Man in the Iron Spider suit, I did not think I was going to like it as much. It was great. Just Spider-Man continues to be just a revelation with Marvel doing him versus Sony. He's so much better.
Yeah,
as a character.
it's better when it's not a 30-year-old guy trying to pretend to be a young guy.
Yeah, well, and speaking of characters that stole with like Thor, how about Doctor Strange? How much better was Doctor Strange in this than his own movie?
I was bored during the Doctor Strange movie.
Everybody was.
It was very. It was my least favorite of all the Marvel movies, and
because it was kind of boring, honestly.
Maybe Doctor Strange needs to be just a side character in the movies.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if we don't get another Doctor. I mean, well, okay, I would be surprised. I'm sure they're going to...
But we don't need another Doctor Strange.
No, we don't. Honestly, I would be okay if we never got another Doctor Strange movie, but Doctor Strange became a permanent member of the Avengers, right?
Yeah.
Because watching him with other people is so much better than just himself. Dude, some of the spells he was casting, like Doctor Strange, we barely got any magic. This movie is like spell, magic. And you're like, yes.
Yeah. Portals. I love the way the portals look when they're just spinning.
Everybody's like, I mean, he's like, fuck you, Harry Potter. He's just, dude.
This is unbreakable.
He actually is the Sorcerer Supreme in this. Like, you're like, this guy's a badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was... And I loved the fact, and so we got so many good interactions of characters who never met before, right, until this. Like Tony Stark, they did such a good job of pairing the right people together. Tony Stark and Doctor Strange were so great together. One guy's like the pinnacle of engineering and science. The other guy's magic, and I love how he keeps calling him a wizard.
Yeah, and then there's Star-Lord.
Oh, Star-Lord was great. All right, well, that sounds great. Let's do everything about it, but let's go with my plan because it doesn't suck.
Yes. And just remember, if you don't move...
Oh my god, Drax.
Stand still.
So apparently that scene with Drax when he said he was invisible was actually written by James Gunn. It was the one scene that James Gunn wrote in that movie.
Oh, best scene that he could write.
It is literally... So a couple little tidbits for everybody. Now that the movie's out and a lot of stuff's leaking out. So James Gunn wrote the Drax being invisible. How long have you been there? An hour? You can't... We can see you. No, you can't. My movements are so slow that I become invisible to the naked eye. And then, what's her name? Is like, oh, hi, Drax. He's like, damn it. And he storms off. So that was written by James Gunn. The whole scene with Drax when he's like, where's Gamora? And Iron Man goes, who's Gamora? And Drax goes, what is Gamora? That was improvised, apparently, on set.
Yeah.
The whole Spider-Man.
And we know Gamora's not coming back. That's for sure.
Yeah. Actually, I think Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is going to be the search for Spock. I think they're going to be trying. I think Volume 3 will be trying to save Gamora. Yeah.
Fucking Red Skull.
Dude, what a great callback, right?
Yeah.
I love how this movie wrapped up a lot of loose ends.
Going way the fuck back.
Well, I liked the first Avenger, and I was like, where the hell did Red Skull go? He's a great villain, and he just is gone, right? Yeah. Well, you find out in this movie.
Been guarding the fucking Soul Stone.
Oh, so yeah, overall, it's just a great movie. And this guy, what a fucking killer villain. He was great. The CGI for him was amazing. How about when he threw the moon at Tony Stark?
It like shattered it and then like
and he just
wave
drops it down. And Iron Man's like, you are not going to throw another freaking moon at me. And I was like, oh my god. Yeah, it was, so Thanos, great villain. I don't know. Overall, I know there's some problems with this movie if you really think about it, but I don't give a shit. This movie was so much fun. Yeah, I would give this movie a solid 10. I know it's not a perfect film, but I don't fucking care.
Let's just say, how much is it going to make?
Oh, it's gonna go over $2 billion. It's not gonna break any of the big three, but it's gonna be number 4 solidly. It'll still be Avatar, Force Awakens, Titanic, and then I'm guessing it'll be Avengers, Infinity War.
It's worth it. Sorry.
Let's take a look and see what it currently is right now.
But I had a lot of fun. And for Lincoln being his first movie, like a bunch of times after, he's like, Dad, I really like that. I'm like, well, do you want to watch the other ones? Like, I think I'll just start from here. So,
nah, he'll watch the other ones. Just gotta give him time.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, anybody, it's a great movie. This is the reason why we go to the movies, right? This is why we go see movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because if you're depressed about how shitty everything is right now, go see this movie.
Let's see. We've only had 2 full weeks. We're going to the 3rd weekend, which it's gonna get crushed by Deadpool, but it's made $1.7 billion worldwide so far.
Including China?
Yeah, it just opened last weekend in China. So my guess is it's going to probably go somewhere like 2 point. Well, you know what? It maybe has a shot at Titanic. It may have a shot at number 3.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
All right, good movie.
Go see Avengers. Okay, so we got a couple quick questions. We didn't have very many Faithful 50 this week, but does not mean they weren't good ones, so we're not discounting anybody who gave us a question.
Yes.
What do we got? You got them, or you want me to read them?
If you want to leave a question, they're on our Facebook page every Thursday. We make a post.
Yes. All right, let's see what we got. All right, we had 3 questions tonight. We'll answer all of them as best we can. David would like to know, what would we think of VR for superhero movies? And he wanted to know, is that actually out yet?
A virtual reality superhero movie?
You know, I think he's talking. Yeah, I think he's. I'm not a huge fan of VR, to be honest with you. I've used it. The technology isn't quite right now. To me, VR needs to be more than just putting your phone an inch from your eyeballs, right?
I would rather skip VR and go straight to the holodeck.
I agree.
How about that?
So there you go. That's our quick answer tonight. Skip VR and let's work on holodecks. Ryan just wants the green ladies of Orion on the holodeck.
Oh yeah,
Ryan's Orion.
Well, as long as my wife can't find out.
Hey, it's not cheating if it's a hologram, right?
Yeah.
I feel like somehow it still would be.
Just texturized polyhedron.
Phil, ever faithful Phil, has decided to take it upon himself to ask us questions that we are not qualified to answer. Which, hey, you know what?
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for. I mean, we're looking for a mix of both.
Specifically said that Phil was not allowed to ask these questions anymore.
So we have 2 questions left. Phil, we are unqualified to ask for, and Kristen's we are qualified to answer. So we're gonna do this. All right, Phil wants to know. First things first. Apparently, we did convince him to keep 2 turkeys alive for emergency food. See, we know some stuff. We know everything. We're better than Siri or Google. Let's see here. He wants to know: should he plant blackberries or orange asajj? I don't know what that is.
I don't know. Blackberries?
No, I know what blackberries are. They come in pies.
I would say blackberries.
What's an orange asajj? What's an asajj? Asajj.
What?
What's an orange asajj?
What the fuck is that, though?
I don't know. He wants to know which one he should plant as a natural defense
one of
border.
Those weird superfood shit? Blackberries.
I'm going to say landmines. They make way better borders. Security barriers.
Do blackberries, and if they ever start to get out of control, you have reason to get goats. And then you can have your goat eat the blackberries, and then you can eat the goat that tastes like blackberries.
Blackberries grow? I thought they only came in pies.
Yeah, well, you have to get the blackberry before they go into the pie.
Why don't you just buy them from the store then?
It's a big giant bush with thorns.
No, they come in a plastic container on aisle 3.
Yes, but where do you think the blackberries, hence the word brand, berry?
They come from a truck that goes in the back of the store.
Alright, so, Phil, plant your blackberry bushes. When they get out of control, get a goat. What
orange asajj is.
And then you can milk the goat and have blackberry goat milk. And then when the goat gets
blackberry goat milk.
Enough, you eat the goat.
Did you know you get chocolate milk from brown cows? I just learned that the other day.
I think I'm just trying to help out. That's what I'm doing.
All right, orange asajj. I'm looking what this is.
Yeah.
Why is it called an orange? They're not orange. They look like lemon trees. Look at that.
Tree?
It's an orange asajj. Looks like tennis balls. That's fake news. That's not even a real plant.
Fucking liar, Phil.
I'm going to say landmines or barbed wire fence that you have hooked 10,000 volts up to.
That's a lot of voltage.
Or maybe like a minigun on like a motion tracking sensors. That would be a great deterrent.
Yes. Just like in Terminator.
Thanks, Phil. All right. And then finally, Kristen, who is becoming a very regular contributor to the show.
Yeah.
We appreciate it, Kristen. You're the best.
You are the best.
She wants to know, she just finished watching Captain America Civil War. She wants to know what movie does she watch next. Here's the trick. It has to be on Netflix or Hulu.
Ooh. Well,
I don't even know it's on Hulu. Is any of them on Hulu?
Hulu does not have any of the Marvel movies.
Well, then that's easy. Netflix. And I think Netflix only has Doctor Strange and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. So those are your choices.
Yes, I would say.
And I think it actually have Ant-Man too. I'm gonna look right now.
I think Doctor Strange you can skip because as long as you kind of know he's a guy that does magic, he's the wizard, and just don't embarrass Tony Stark in front of the wizard, and you're okay. That's all you need to know.
Okay, here's what we got. I was pretty much right on. Okay, you could watch. I say you should watch Daredevil. Has nothing to do with anything, but
yeah.
So yes, I was right.
Daredevil?
There's Civil War, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and Doctor Strange. Not even Ant-Man. So of those three, honestly, must watch. Like the best one to watch is probably Guardians. But if you want to watch one that really is important to the series, probably Doctor Strange. It's got more to do with Avengers than Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 does.
I guess.
Well, hey, Guardians of the Galaxy is a better movie by far.
And then watch Daredevil.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 2, though. Just started Season 2.
And then the Defenders.
No.
And then Punisher.
Punisher's good.
And then Luke Cage.
Those aren't really part of the MCU. So let's not get convoluted here. The question was, which one of the three movies? You already watched Civil War. I would say that you only have two other ones you can watch. Yeah. Just watch them both. But if you had to choose one, Guardians is a better movie, but I think Doctor Strange is more important to the Avengers storyline.
Well, what is the purpose? Are they trying to lead up to anything? Or
she had messaged us on our Facebook page, and she wanted to know. They'd watched Civil War, and they didn't realize the Black Panther was introduced there, and they're like, wow, there's a lot we're missing here. What is the order we should watch these Civil movies? War, right. So I sat down yesterday, and I put out a whole list of the entire order that I would watch the movies in, as far as the relevance and how they tie into the next movies. And she was like, oh my God, I didn't know there was this many movies. So Kristen, I do want you to know that I am going to be putting together a list of essential movies that you can watch. I'm going to try and whittle the 17 movies to about 8, where you can watch them and kind of get the main gist of the movies and follow along. Because you don't need to watch Iron Man 2 or Iron Man 3 or Thor 2 or really Guardians 2, honestly. You can watch Guardians 1. The second one's pretty much the same movie.
Yeah, if you put it in that context, and you
don't need to watch Spider-Man.
Yeah. Gotta watch Spider-Man.
No, you don't have to watch Spider-Man.
Yes,
because
you do.
everything, she doesn't like Spider-Man.
And you're going to make your own list. I'll make my list.
So anyway, we'll put up a list for you guys. Yeah. Maybe even on the next show, we'll read them off and let you guys know what we think for the essentials. But we are way past our time. We wanted the show to be short. As always, you can count on this show being longer than we anticipated it being. So thank you for your question, Kristen, Phil, and David. We do appreciate it. And hopefully we answered your question. If not, feel free to hit us up. And we can continue this conversation offline. Well, before we get to recommendations and get out of here, I would like to ask Ryan one more time. What do you want spoiled from Black Panther? Dun, 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 dun,
Why can't you just forget shit?
I'm like an elephant.
Why does Black Panther fight the main bad guy?
Killmonger? Well, that is a very detailed question. I'll give you the Cliff Notes version. Because I don't want to spoil that big part for you. Let's just say that I don't even want to do that to you. Ask another question.
Okay, I was thinking, what is the weirdest thing that happens in a movie?
There is an armored rhino that's really bad CGI that licks Michonne's face.
What?
There you go. Weirdest thing that happens in this movie.
An armored rhinoceros.
Yes.
Licks his face?
Licks Michonne from The Walking Dead's face. Okay. There you go. I feel like I have succeeded. That was not really a great question for spoiler-wise, but it was a great question. Good job, Ryan. Now go see Black Panther. If you have not seen Black Panther, the timer started in the next... I'm going to give you 2 weeks. I'm going to spoil everything.
Okay.
All right, moving on. Real quick, recommendations. Do you have one? What do you got?
My recommendation is also something that you're going to be seeing in another episode.
Yes.
Watch
Thanos testicles.
Suicide Squad, Hell to Pay. Rated R, very hard R.
Yeah,
We're going to talk about it in a follow-up episode.
In a review that we're going to do in about 5 minutes.
Yeah. And thank you, Warner Brothers, for sending this to me. I appreciate it.
Us sending it to us. There's no me in this team, you dick.
Yes, sorry.
All right.
You are part of this.
I bought this with my hard-earned money. I recommend Jumanji. I've recommended this on the show before, but now it's on Blu-ray. I say go out and buy it, or at least get the digital, or you can buy the two. Right now at Target, I got this for $15. That's a steal for the digital and the Blu-ray. Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. Great sequel.
Yeah, my kids have watched it 10 times.
Yeah, mine have watched it 11. How about that? I also recommend you buy this cool Thanos action figure.
Yeah, that's pretty rad, actually.
Huh!
I'm kind of jealous of that. Ooh,
Thanos
wow.
goes.
I don't remember Thanos doing that in the movie.
Thanos testicles. Ah. Don't look. Look at the gauntlet. Not that gauntlet, Ryan, you dirty bird. All right. It's late. Let's get the fuck out of here. Before we leave, Ryan, would you like to tell everybody where they can find us?
Of course, you can find us on Twitter at the Geek Dad Report, and Brian is Brian West 53, and I am Big Bruiser. And we are also on Facebook at the Geek Dad Report and YouTube as the Geek Dad Report. We are also on iTunes, so make sure you go to all the platforms, subscribe to the one that is your favorite.
5-star review.
Gesture, and I keep knocking shit over.
5-star review.
And 5-star reviews. And as always, please just leave us a comment. We love talking to you guys. We love hearing what you guys have to say, because this is essentially a show for you.
Dude,
even though Brian and I are talking to each other, we're trying to help people out.
What do you think would happen if Thanos rubbed one out with the gauntlet?
Leave a comment and subscribe. We love you guys. Peace out.
Later. Till next time. Stay awesome, everybody.
Stay nerdy, everyone.